When the three-day National Education Stakeholders Conference on Reforms began Tuesday, the agenda was clear. The quality of education in the country had to be improved in line with not only the new constitution, but also with Kenya's economic master plan, Vision 2030. More and more children have enrolled in schools compared to more than 25 years ago when the current 844 system was first introduced to replace the then British education curriculum. A report tabled at Tuesday's forum by a government-appointed task force pointing out that much had changed since then and therefore there was need to amend the system to conform to such changes. Some of the limitations of the current 844 system, as highlighted by the report, depict the system as excluding early childhood development education, failing to specify standardized duration of middle-level training, keeping children in primary school far too long, and limiting the subject area. The system is also faulted for failing to provide opportunities for early identification and nurturing of talents, and that it limits connection to the job market, vocational, industrial, and technical skills. What leaders in the educational forum, including the just-appointed Education Minister Mutula Kilonzo, say needs to be addressed.
And I think it's God's grace that I am here this morning, because I want to take this opportunity before I read my written remarks to assure the 15.4 million youth in Kenya, children and youth, that in the remaining 1 year towards the election, I'm going to touch your life, and I'm going to touch it nicely with reform.
I want us to think about 15 million young people and the opportunities that we are preparing for them, because it is not sufficient. It cannot be that, yes, we are telling them you go to school, education is good for you, but then thank you very much, you have finished secondary school, we have no more business with you.
There will be a shift from a supply-led training to a demand-driven training.
The report that is aimed at shifting focus to child development, skills and competencies at each level from early childhood to university seeks to have the 844 education system scrapped and replaced with the 2663 education system. Childcare for children up to the ages of 4, 2 years of pre-primary, 6 years of primary, 3 in lower primary and 3 years in upper primary, 6 years of secondary education, which is 3 years in junior school and 3 in senior, 2 years of middle-level institution and a minimum 3 years in university. A structure that will hopefully allow the identification and nurturing of talents among school-going children early enough. The general view of most Kenyans, and especially those who've gone through the current 844 system of education, is that most of what they learnt during the cycle is yet to be implemented in their everyday lives. And so the hope of this 3-day conference over and above the adaptation of the report is that focus will finally move to the access, the retention, the equity, the quality and the relevance of education in Kenya. Evelyn Wambui, Citizen TV, at the Kenyatta International Conference Center in Nairobi.